Louisiana Beer Reviews, New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Fruit Force Fruit Punch IPA. Now this beer, introduced in 2023, seems to have generated a lot of controversy. I know in alcohol eggs on Facebook, people were posting pictures of it and talking about their experience drinking it, and people were asking me what do I think about it, and I said, well, I haven't had it, and I'm not going to get a 6-pack, and I'm certainly not going to buy a 12-pack, but if I find a single, I'll check it out. And sure enough, this week Walmart started selling singles. Imperial India Pale Ale with natural flavors. There's your legal disclosure. India in Imperial means super strong. India Pale Ale with natural flavors. So a flavored malt beverage, but no coloring added. So it's got none of the food coloring like you get with the cheaper ones. Well, actually, at Walmart, the flavored malt beverages like Smirnoff Smash, Smirnoff Ice Smash with the food coloring, well, they were the same price, and those usually run 8%. This is 9.5%. The 10%ers, which I've only seen in the pint cans, are the new line called where they have the Miami Vice, the Bahama Mama, the Pirate Water. August 13th of 2023. That's our date, guys. So, okay, good. So let's check it out. Brewed in Colorado, North Carolina, and Michigan. Comstock, Michigan. So brewed over there at Founders. That's one advantage of a buyout. Even more convenience of collaboration. So it's warm, humid, and cloudy. Yeah, so it's a hazy product. Translucent, the light shining through it, but I can't see through it. And there's an enormous amount of sediment throughout this product. Just big and small, look like gray and tan chunks. Thick white head, not off-white, just straight up white, appears to be. Soapy, foamy. Oh, I should say it's foamy, of course. Spongy. Would make sense that the foam would be foamy. All right, well, I'm going to be fair-minded. I don't know what to think. Voodoo Ranger, this series, they're typically enjoyable. There have been some fails. It's kind of like Sierra Nevada's Hazy Little, Hazy Big series. Some of them are most excellent. Most of them are just like good to excellent. Haven't tasted any of that were outstanding. Big Little thing was close to it, I suppose. Voodoo Ranger, the Imperial, the 9 is very nice. So let's see with this variant. I wasn't too thrilled with the Juice Force, to tell you the truth. It just tasted like a beer with orange flavoring in it, or somewhat like an Orange Julius. It was nice enough. I know what I was going to say. The original Ranger line I didn't care for back over 10 years ago. The Ranger had this, and people had commented about it on my channel, and I was like, you're right, this fleshy hop, sort of an off-putting hop bitterness. It wasn't that it was bitter, it was the way it came across was unpleasant. And I guess a lot of people must have felt that way because the series is gone. I don't think they produce Ranger IPA anymore. All right. Yeah, you can definitely smell the fruit punch aroma. Why would you want to make an IPA that has a fruit punch character? I don't know. Why not? I mean, Abita Brewing made a juicy, basically an IPA that tastes like juicy fruit gum. They just made a mistake saying it was chewing gum, trying to push this, bubble gum IPA. That's what they were saying, bubble gum. And they made the label look like juicy fruit. And I said, well, juicy fruit's a chewing gum. It's not a bubble gum. But that was the only mistake there. But it was remarkable in that it tasted like juicy fruit gum. All right. So yeah, you get the fruit punch, which is probably coming from cherries and strawberry and whatever other kind of extracts, natural flavoring. Yeah. In a way, it reminds me of the Abita Andy Gator Straw Gator. Andy Gator, Helles, Doppelbock, and the Abita Strawberry puree. All right, so it does smell nice. I have to give it credit. And there's nothing off-putting about it, nothing negative. Let's go with the taste. Cheers. .33 IBUs. Not really enough to be a proper IPA. It's coming across pretty bitter, though. Those 33 IBUs are living up to their full 33. It's more like a Imperial Pale Ale, though, honestly. But nobody likes to call their beers just pale ales anymore. Everything's got to be an India Pale Ale. And then the Dale's Pale Ale is the one that tastes like an IPA. Feels like an IPA. This one is Imperial. I mean, you get the full body. It's nearly heavy bodied. It's got the full alcohol punch. Like, you know it's 9.5%. Feels that way. Seems that way. It tastes that way. If you don't like the alcohol flavoring products, it's probably not going to appeal to you. I mean, I'm used to it with all the, let's say, tastings I do. I don't know if I'm a heavy taster, but I'm a steady taster. You know what I mean? So, so that, what I'm trying to say, that alcohol taste doesn't show up to me as easily as people that aren't, let's say, seasoned tasters. As I say, euphemistically. But if you're normally drinking like Miller Lite or Pabst Easy, their light beer, and that's what you drink, or say Milwaukee's Best Light, and that's what you drink, this is just going to seem beyond the pale, just totally outrageous. I think it would be. But you might like that outrageousness. Right, so we always thinking, oh, the people have to get used to it, and they got to go gradually get into these things. But it's not always the case. Some people try these the first time, and they'll be like, wow, I didn't know beer could taste like this. This is fabulous. It's intense. It's a bit over the top, but I like it. And that was my approach. I'm just saying that's how I felt about it when I first started drinking beer. I started my beer drinking project in February '96. I was buying regular things. Like, first beer I bought was Miller High Life, so just regular stuff. But then that's when a lot of craft beers, we used to call them micro brews back then, but the name craft beer was coming into play. And it was just considered beers that were made without the corn or rice adjunct. That was the feeling back then. And then over time, the name the meaning began to change, that it had to be small companies. And then when the small companies got so big, like Boston Beer Company, they said, well, they could be big. And then when Yuengling wanted to be considered a craft beer company, they said, oh yeah, you could use adjuncts. So like the whole strict interpretation crumbled. So now it's a term that doesn't really have any true meaning, any real meaning, and it means different things to different people. Like the word malt liquor. The term malt liquor, I mean, this would be a malt liquor, and you might say, no, it's an ale. It's an ale. Malt liquor can't be ale. They used to sell Guinness Extra Stout and Guinness Foreign Extra Stout over here in the United States. And the old labels would say malt liquor, okay? It's clearly an ale, so. Can't win on that argument point. All right. The fruit punch aroma is much more prominent. The flavor, the fruit punch flavor, is minimal. It's there because you're aware. You hear what I'm saying? It's there because you're aware. They're calling it fruit punch IPA, so it's in your mind, so you're tasting it. Oh yeah, fruit punch IPA. If somebody handed this to you cold and said, here's a beer, what do you think? You might smell it and say, what? You wouldn't say Tahitian treat, because that's like really coconut heavy on the aroma. But you might say Hawaiian punch. It's like Hawaiian punch. Wow, that's strange. My smell must be off. You might think that to yourself or say it out loud, and then you taste it. You say, it's a real strong, kind of twangy IPA. This is a really strong product. And after you drink the whole 19.2 ounce can, you'd be like, I was just having a great time, everybody. We ought to get together more, y'all. We're like brothers, man. Or something. I don't know what you would do. Maybe you'd be the kind that won't fight everybody. I don't know. Like my friend's father at his graduation party. They were having a very exuberant get-together. But then the party cleared out very quickly when his father decided to start challenging all the high school graduates to fight. I said, okay. Well, I mean, I knew him, so I wasn't shocked at all. I was like, I said, I was waiting for this to happen. But then it was pretty grim. Pretty bad story, right? But it's a true story. He doesn't drink anymore, thank goodness. But wasn't too long after that he quit the program on that. But that's probably a good thing, since 2 years later he got up at the Saints game and said, they used to have season tickets, I'm going to the bathroom. Not an unusual statement. He didn't come back. But he got in the van and drove to North Mississippi, and he woke up at the hotel and didn't understand how he got there. Then he was telling his wife on the phone, I think I have a problem. That's something everybody else had kind of figured out 10 years previous or more. But anyway, enough of that. Enough of bad stories about those kind of subjects. Let's go back to the good story. He's a terribly nice guy now since all that stopped. I'm telling you, he's friendly as heck. Okay. Final assessment. It is a bit of a shock. It is a shock. It really is a true shock that it's only 33 IBUs, but it's coming across much stronger. So if I was guessing and didn't know, I'd probably be thinking 53, something like that. So I'm very impressed by that. I'm also happy that it's not just like some of those sugar bomb and unfortunately in many cases high fructose corn syrup bomb flavored malt beverage with the food coloring. It's coming across a lot nicer than many of those. I cannot say most of those, because some of those are very well executed, like the Rita's coconut very limited edition, which you rarely see. But that's just fantastic. And the Smirnoff, the Smirnoff, I can't never remember the name. Smirnoff Ice Smash coconut and I think it's coconut and blackberry. Because smash means they always smash two flavors together. That was unreal. I have to revisit that one. That one is so good. Assuming you like coconut. If you don't like coconut, you better run from those products. Coconut is one of those divisive flavors. Strangely, I'm talking about coconut. I'm starting to pick up coconut. I was expecting to give this a fairly low score. Honestly, I really thought when I bought it, I thought, should I even, I really was questioning, should I even buy it? And I thought, this is just going to be almost an attack video. I'm just going to hate it, and I'm going to say so many bad things and nasty things. But no. That's the good thing about approaching beers open-minded. And I'm not bragging on myself or anything like that, but I do approach them open-mindedly. And, which has gotten me into trouble with some people, because, like, we're talking about the flavor malt beverages. They're like, why are you trying that? Why are you drinking that? You know, don't you know it's trash, bum juice? Would you buy that by the train station? You know, yuck. And I'm like, many times it's not really like that. I mean, it is like that, you know, in a practical sense, but it's not really constructed that way. But you don't give it a chance, so you don't experience that. So, whew, bitterness I really can't get over it. Oh, so this is rather impressive, and if I'm wrong in my I can't say assessment, because in this case, if I'm wrong in my prediction, which was just a private prediction, I never publicly told anybody what I would think about it, but I'll own up to it. I will. I'll just say, and what I thought was going to happen, I was wrong. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think 93 is a fair score. I think you say most excellent for that novelty act. Well, be that as it may, I'm going to say 97 out of 1. Well, 9.5%. No, but I mean 93 out of 100, 9.3 out of 10. Most excellent. It was, I'm pretty sure it was $2.48 at Walmart. I'm almost certain it was $2.48. And I think all the New Belgium, I have the receipt, I can look it up if you press me on it. But all the New Belgium products over there at Walmart in those nice tall stovepipe cans are $2.48. And that's even 50 cents cheaper than many of the what we would call the like the train station that you were saying, or I was saying in the story part thing. So yeah, really, I might have to buy another can to do a review. So hey, well, that's if it turns out that way, it turns out that way. So 9.3 out of 10, a most excellent product. I'm not saying I would really want to drink it. Like if you say, well, what New Belgium would you want to drink just on the reg, like we say in 1990, in 2004? I guess I'll just get the 7% New Belgium Voodoo Ranger. That seems more in line with what I would like to consume. But mighty fine, can't get over it. Sorry for the long video, but when I started tasting it and smelling, I was kind of stunned, and I thought, yeah, it's going to be a long one. So, laissez les bon temps relais, and I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to Colorado or North Carolina or even Michigan and take a brewery tour.